to Dr. Jester Talks, and I'm gonna talk about this very uplifting and very good news. Tally Ho Corner! Tim Stone is fucking back! Finally. It took somebody contacting me on Reddit to tell me that Tim Stone was back. Yeah, I kind of missed a lot of his content because I'm not going to go through again, so just watch my previous videos on this, just search on YouTube when I go into details about what's happening. What happened, since this is a very uplifting and a good positive video, I prefer not to show you the shit show that ensued. Either way, so I'm going just to give you the cliff notes, if you allow me. Tim Stone made a comment in regards to one of the articles written by somebody else on Rock Paper Shotgun, and he said that it's okay for people to discuss about transgender women participating on Olympic or on sports games, on female sports games, and that people should discuss and be allowed to discuss it because, quite frankly, a female woman have a very big disadvantage against a transgender woman. Mostly in regards to the development, because a male, despite going through transition, they're still gonna have bigger bones, they're still gonna have more muscle, they're still gonna have muscle structures evolved specifically for males. For instance, we have better depth perception. We still have, for instance, more muscles, like I'm gonna show it to you, despite my beard, but you can go touch yourself here. If you're a male, you're gonna feel it. If you're a female, you're not gonna feel it. Here, we have kind of a hook right around our jaws. Here. I don't think you can see it. Well, either way, I'm showing to you. This is specifically male, and we also have one hook down here in our craniums, right at the back, between the start of the fleshy bit of your neck and the hard stuff that is the top of your dick. No, sorry, not dick, head. Dickhead. It's kind of like a hook. Those are muscles that are interconnected between your skull, and that allows us males, for instance, when we were back in the nomad days, when we're still hunting for our food, to keep our hands free and carry all tools in our mouths. For instance, we could actually climb and things like that while we carried stuff in our mouths. And that is a development. Women, for instance, have more advantage between social interactions and things like that, and we can still see that behavior today, which is why I say there's only two genders. Obviously, there's an intermixing between the two, etc., but between the averages, males are good at something and bad at others, females are good at something and bad at others, which is why when joined together, we make a stronger and better self. It's crazy, I know. Either way, let's get back to the article, shall we? And he decided to launch his own website, and I'm definitely looking forward to more Flare Path content that for me to read, because many of the simulators that I am now aware of, many of the war games that now I enjoy, came from Tim Stone's own articles and recommendations. For instance, Cold Waters is an amazing submarine game with a dynamic campaign, which I wish it was a little bit better, because they don't allow you to pause to program your trip, more or less. It's kind of way too fast, but either way, it's a very good game. And for instance, the Diesel Rail Car Simulator, I became aware of it from one of Tim Stone's The Flare Path articles. So you know, it's actually kind of good, and seeing him doing this, it's very good news. Hopefully what he is doing takes off, I cannot even offer a single tiny little amount of money because with the loss of my headphones, now I'm trying to scrape the bottom of the barrel to actually buy something so I can listen to and do content for the channel, and that means some stuff will have to go, probably some food, but either way, I'm gonna have to definitely scrape the bottom of the barrel for that. I wasn't expecting my goddamn brand new Thrustmaster headphones to go belly up. Even more so, that was a bit of a disappointment considering it's coming from Thrustmaster, because I absolutely have good stuff and good things to say about Thrustmaster. I have the, let's see if I can show it to you. Let's see. See, I have 4 of these little shits, and it's from Thrustmaster. Can you see the logo? Yeah, there you go. I have 4 of those shits, and I have a joystick here, which is as heavy as it comes. And it's very good. Ah! See? These things cost a pretty penny. And they are a good build quality and all those things. I'm surprised that the headphones did not last. I had to actually open it and check the interior, and there were a few things that left me concerned in regards to the build quality. For instance, one of the cables are actually kind of dented when the person cut the cable to actually connect one of the chips that deals with the volume. It's kind of dented. But even more so, one of the biggest problems I had in the beginning, and I even thought it might have been related to my do-it-yourself TrackIR track clip, because my TrackIR, I bought it back in London a long time ago, and I don't have the monetary conditions to buy the TrackIR 5. So anyway, I thought it was that, but apparently it was not. It's because of the foamy thing of the ear cups. Are not very good. They squish too much and creates a lot of pressure on your ears, and this starts to cause you pain, to the point that I actually had to take the ear cuffs out and sew back in a lot of cotton and other fibers in it and create a bigger and thicker ear muffs or ear cups or whatever, so it could actually stop touching the tip of my ears. And I don't think my ears are like really pronounced like some people like this. Imagine the people who actually have ears like this. They'll be in fucking pain. And it was so damn bad that you could actually see my ears. When I bought the Thrustmaster headphones, this entire area here was getting red and red as I kept using it. It was bad. So, either way, back with the article and stop ranting a little bit about Thrustmaster is that I don't have the monetary conditions to subscribe to his website, so I'm doing the next best thing, the thing that is within my budget, which is to talk about it and tell other people, even though my meager subscriber numbers doesn't mean much, but it's something, and I want to give a shout out to the return of the great Team Stone, and I absolutely love his content. So let's go and take a quick look at what he says. In addition to and by the way, I wanted to comment this. RPS paid a relatively generous £200 a week to talk about warfare, fare and transports of the light. I love the way he writes. I think for what he wrote, it was too little. I think at least £300 would have been better, but we can't argue with that. With that being said, I wonder how much they pay for the other people, the other writers who write crappy articles. And let me put it this way, the last time I actually visited the Rock Paper Shotgun was the last article he actually wrote on the website. Since then I haven't even bothered to go there, and so much so that for Rock Paper Shotgun I only had the shortcut on my bookmark bar that led directly only to the Flare Path articles, because everything else that I wrote on that website was garbage. It was absolute filthy garbage. And the only good thing was what Tim Stone wrote. I absolutely love his content. So which is why I'm sharing this to you guys. Let me go and share to you some of the other stuff. And let's see. Solo Foxer number 2. It's sad that I actually missed his first launch, and thankfully somebody actually told me about this on Reddit. Alright, here's some of the... Oh, okay, so this is... let's see, yesterday's jam, let's see, I think it's this one. I actually saw him recommending... oh, it's puzzles, which I absolutely love. So Friday, I think it's this one. Let's see if it's this one. So I can show it to you guys some of the content. Ah, here it is. It is this one. Some of the content that he actually writes. Look, Frugality Award goes to the first-time developer from Finland, spawning 39 of the 40 available megabytes of APA 64 fashion a single-screen top-down Pico 8 arcade game in which the pixelated player-controlled Bismarck is immobile, whipping boy for an endless succession of RN destroyers. I'll never even find out about those games if it wasn't for him. Look at this. Amazing stuff, which is why if you are into strategy games, war games and simulators, you should check his content out. Oh, look at this. This is definitely new. This bright side that comes early 90s novel out. Hailing from the same depths of the world as Red Blood, Blue Water, We Raise Software, Infernal Ocean, Denmark Strait wins coveted technical excellence and Time Machine Award by a calm 3 mile with the help of from Unity, Joff, Subcommander, Airy, I butchered it. Somehow manages to squeeze a complete low complexity 3D naval game into a 32 megabytes. Well, 32 megabytes. Nice. Right, let's move on. And you can see some of the content that he writes, and this is a gold mine for people who love this stuff. And I grew up loving things like this, and it's awesome seeing other people doing so. I remember my first contact with the computer was with a Silent Hunter game way back in my childhood. I was visiting an uncle-like individual, and he showed it to me while he was playing. I forgot the name. It was relevant. It was a Deep Dive. No, I forgot the name. It was a DOS game, and he showed it to me when how he was hunting for ships, and I was amazed. You could actually sink ships, release torpedoes, and all those things. I loved it. I think I started to love those things back in those days, and it was amazing. And then, unfortunately, due to my relatively low budget upbringing, I could only get access to a computer who was capable of doing things like that back in '98. And that was years upon years with no computer. And only a single SNES and or Genesis or Mega Drive, if you prefer, if you live in Europe, with it. So those games were pretty much out of the question. Only SNES, partially with the Top Gun, no, with the F-14 game and the F-15 game that it had, Strike Eagle. Those are the closest simulations I had on SNES, and I love those. So seeing things like this and again introducing me to these things is awesome. So please go take a look. I'm gonna share the address down below if you want it. It's tallyhocorner.com. Everything else together, so there's no dash, line, minus, whatever this thingy here is. So it's tallyho without this and together, no space, corner.com. unheard.com. So don't forget to go check it out. He deserves it. He's awesome. So anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my content because I also need help. Because I'm all about e-bagging. Oops. The chair moved on. Oh, by the way, I actually found this chair back in London. There's over 14 years that I'm using this chair and it works. This is build quality. And it even endured my fat ass when I was still a very huge fat ass. So you know, it was well built. In fact, even served the British Empire once, because you can actually see the serial number that it used to belong to colonel or sergeant or something like that in a base somewhere in Britain. So you know, it was built to last. Anyway, once again, thank you for watching. And don't forget to hit the notification bell button because you obviously want more of this. And who wouldn't want more of beautiful, beautiful me? Try not to get yourself moist by watching me getting moist myself. Anyway, good night.